God of War Laufey was announced a couple days ago to some mixed reviews, surprisingly. Not because of the gameplay or story direction, but because the game centers around Laufey, which is Kratos' second wife. Some people glazed the trailer, and some people didn't like it, to say the least.
Like, obviously, there was a lot of red flags in God of War Ragnarok. Like, I'm gonna just be completely honest. The moment that I saw that Anger Bono was race swapped to black, I was like, oh, okay, great. Oh, this definitely, oh, awesome. This definitely isn't a disaster, or a warning sign for the disaster that is to come. And lo and behold, now we're doing God of Floyd of War laundry, where the main character looks fucking retarded.
Now, to be clear, it seems like the majority of people think it looks good. It's just an more angrier minority voicing their opinions the loudest. But let's get to the criticisms. I'm seeing lots of comments on the way she looks. Some say they made her look ugly compared to the way she looked in the 2018 God of War. I do see a slight difference, but I kind of just chalked it up to she's slightly older. Aside from that, it didn't seem too different, in my opinion. Some people are just straight up calling the character ugly. I can't say I think the character's ugly, but I'm curious why it matters at all. Like, actually, I don't think anyone's loading up God of War thinking like, oh, I can't wait to see some pretty girls. I mean, maybe some side characters in God of War Ascension, but to each their own, I guess. The next critique that I've heard a couple of times from some personalities and just randoms on the internet are, why would I want to play a middle-aged white woman, or why would I want to play a middle-aged suburban mom? Which is a crazy thing to say, given that she's like hundreds of years old, a frost giant. She has superhuman abilities and magic. I mean, like, what more could you ask for? It's like, what are we talking about? This is exactly the kind of character you want to play as. Some people are also saying that it should have been an Atreus game, which I think would be cool. But for all we know, the God of War team could just be cooking up side characters and other characters for some future releases. I mean, how long are we going to go without knowing anything about this chick? It's the same thing with the Avengers. We had to get a movie for each of the characters, well, except for like Hawkeye, to develop the characters before we got to Endgame. I think that makes a lot of sense. Plus, from the short 20 minutes that we did get to see of the game, it looks like we're still getting Kratos content. He showed up 2 separate times in that short 20-minute gameplay, once in the beginning and once in the middle. The only critique I can think to make is that it shouldn't have been called God of War Laufey. It probably should have just been called Laufey, or like Frost Giant Laufey. And the cube does seem kind of silly, but I'll give it a chance. Other than that, every other critique is kind of an L take. It's not a full-on gender swap, it's just some extra backstory on characters relevant to Kratos, which I think is fine.